right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashon Chaha Kudash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of Levi the elect. I was a high spirit wind lawyer, and today I want to go into a topic entitled I will visit the gods of Egypt. All right, pursuing to Exodus, the 12th chapter, when Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, tells King Mashah that he will visit the gods of Egypt. And every plague that he sends to Egypt is a mockery of the particular gods. Now, this live stream was inspiration, all right, from the brother Ayashamath, all right, the priest brother, all right, Ayashamath, who has the GMS page title, GMS Prisons of Yahweh Shai, and I think the other one is GMS Kingdom Minded, and he goes into how like the nigga archetype, the Meek Mill's archetype, is basically played out like that street nigga archetype, that a rap nigga archetype, you know, because the archetype is really like an image, and the scripture speaking about images and making images and likeness, all right, likeness, and really the archetype and the image is really an idol. It's a fucking idol. And I remember hearing the audio that was allegedly of P. Diddy sodomizing Meek Mills, like intentionally sodomizing Meek Mills, and it just really kills that whole invincible thuggy demon, that idol, and niggas in the streets, they have an enchantment on them. I have reason to believe niggas have an enchantment on them. You got certain Jakes that'll post Jake in prison, man, that'll post their picture up on YouTube, all right, not on YouTube, but say on Instagram. I think it was a woman posted a picture of her brother on Instagram, his prison photo. It was like a tall Jake, big, you know, big or swole, dreadlocks, probably had tattoos, and Eve was like, can I send him a picture of my titties? Like, ooh, he could stay with me. And dude was in jail for murder and shit. So it's like, what is it about Jake? There's like the women going crazy, women becoming security guards just to have sex with them. All right, niggas want to be that nigga, you know what I mean? I have reason to believe it's an enchantment, you know? Same thing about another archetype, Sexy Red, the Cardi B archetype. Those are images. Those are idols. So what I have reason to believe, all right, but let me go back to this right quick, because Jake, they'll show pictures. You know how Jake can show you a picture of a little chick they talking to or whatever, or a little chick that's a baddie or whatever, and it'll be like a Eve with tattoos all over her body, half naked. I'm like, traditionally speaking, that's just some slack. But what is it about now? Like, nah, this bitch is like, damn, you know? Because she's in the stead of an idol. So she has a vibration of her like an idol. So going back to the live stream the brother did yesterday, all right? It's a motherfucking idol. They even have a show called American Idol. You know? And a lot of niggas, they really be acting, you know, like certain Jakes, they're not really like that, but they act like that because that's how, first of all, that's how they feel that they got to be respected. They got to project some type of bravado, all right? But secondly, they know that that's what get the admiration, all right? So in Egypt, Yahweh sent plagues that was really a mockery of the idols in Egypt. But now Yahweh is exposing, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is exposing these niggas that hide behind this Oz, OZ, like the Wizard of Oz. And what is the Oz of a nigga? It's that street nigga projection. It's that archetype that he hides behind, that ultimate bravado. How in the hell can you be that nigga if you got this ankle bracelet and you're not free? How in the hell, all right, are you in prison but you this ultimate alpha? Now you only an alpha amongst niggas. Now don't get me wrong, you got Jakes that I grew up with. You know, a lot of us grew up in the hood, man. A lot of Jakes, they just a product of their circumstance, man. So and a lot of jakes be cool, and you know, they do be like them real motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna knock jakes. Some jakes, they do be like real stand-up motherfuckers, but they grew up in the hood, and you know how that is. But the worship of that image, you know what I mean? Like some jakes, the way their family situation was, they was the breadwinner, and in a perverse world, in a fucked up world, there was their way of being a breadwinner to their family. Like me personally, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna knock that, because that's between you and the Most High. But to make that the culture, you know, to make it the culture, because most jakes just want to be rich and admired. Let's just be real. So we know we came from situations, or we knew people that they just grew up unfortunate through the curses and all that stuff. But to worship image is different, man. You know, to worship that image is different, and a nigga will skip over being an engineer, skip over being an architect. Like, you can realistically be an engineer in America. You can realistically be an architect. What's that word? An architect. You can realistically be a plumber. You can realistically have a skill that motherfuckers actually value and pay for, but instead you chasing this archetype of either a basketball player or a street nigga. And even now, modern basketball players, they all tatted up. They all tatted up. They hang around street nigga rappers. They all on the same shit. But the plot twist, all them niggas Masons. That's the plot twist. Like, why does Esau put all this money behind the archetype of a nigga, but he suppresses the reality of us being an Israelite? We say we the chosen people. All of a sudden you get silenced, or they say you went crazy, or you gonna double back and say we Africans, you know? But you could be a nigga of nigga, and he'll promote that image, man. Because that nigga, when you say street nigga, that's a brand, that's a trademark, that's an image. You see? And as far as Eve, in a lot of cases, that's her alpha. So it'll be wise for a lot of Jake to, you know, step outside the culture, depending on where you live, and you know, because shit, if a lot of times shit, we just getting those idols leftovers. Like, we getting the Cain sacrifice, man. We not getting the fatling offering of Eve, man. We're not getting the fatling offering, man. We're not getting the Abel sacrifice of Eve. We get the Cain sacrifice, like, here, nigga. You know what I mean? But long story short, that's an idol. So the Most High is destroying the idol, because what I realize is you can only have one God. You can only worship one God. You see? In your life, there's only one God. If you're an Israelite man, you only have one God. Either you really believe in the Most High and you show it through your actions, or you believe in the so-called white man's kingdom and his power structure and his philosophy, his ways, or you believe in the so-called black woman is the God, right? So I grew up as an artist, right? Like, I used to be in like art class and stuff. And I noticed on Instagram, a lot of artists, a lot of Jakes as artists, the main thing they paint is athletes and women. Like, most artists, the thing that they paint and their subject matter is like an athlete, like Michael Jordan and Kobe, or it's just a woman, it's just a black woman. It's like, really, you really into that Queen of Heaven thing, man. You know? We really have idols in America. And what happens is, if you fit that idol, then you're gonna have more motion, you're gonna have more clout. If you fit into an archetype, if you fit into an idol, the image of an idol, man. But a lot of niggas, whether they realize it or not, they really worship rappers. Like, depending on where you at, you can't say shit about Pac. And that was an image, he wasn't really that. You can't say shit about Boosie, depending on certain places where you at. You know? That's really their Messiah. That's really a false Messiah, man. Because the average nigga, they know more of a rapper's verses than scripts from Yahushua and his teachings. You see? So what the Most High is doing, he's knocking down idols. He's showing you that they have no power. He's doing what they did. Like, what's my man's name? He from Buffalo, New York. He got the Griselda thing. All right, but where was them niggas? Where was them Griselda niggas when in Buffalo, New York, the Edomite came in and killed all them elders, man? Don't you know it's an act of war? That's an act of war. Where are you niggas at when an Edomite kill your elders? When an Edomite kill your uncle, your great uncle, and your granddad and shit, man? Y'all foo-foo, man. Where are your idols? Where your hard ass nigga at, man? You know? Like these so-called black, Hispanic, Native American women, they're in the stead of an idol. They're in the stead of a fertility goddess. Like that nigga woman, Erykah Badu, she ain't nothing but a witch, man. And these women, they pray to the ancestors or so-called ancestors. They don't believe in the Most High like that because they believe they're the Most High. With this feminist shit, when they denounce the patriarchy and they call it colonization and a white man, really you want to be the Most High. You are a fertility goddess. That's why Erykah Badu has no husband, and she has what, 3 daughters by 3 different men, and that's outside of the child that she had with Andre 3000. Because she's a fertility goddess. The average so-called black woman is really in a stead of a fertility goddess, man. But when Esau Edom, all right, when Esau Edom cuts off welfare and he cuts off these jobs, you can't live in your queendom on social media where all these men send gifts and offerings and tribute just because you exist as the woman. They're online ovulating over your body, fawning over your body, and sending you gifts. We call those simps. They never had sex with you. You're just a simp. You see? But Eve is in the stead of a fertility goddess. That's why when she wants to have a baby, she doesn't think of, I want to have a man and start a family like all the other nations do. She just want to have a baby. And a lot of times the father of the child is anonymous. You see? And that's why a lot of you diggers, a lot of rap niggas are dying en masse. Either they getting sodomized on an audio recording and it's getting leaked, or it's a footage of Diddy trying to kiss on a nigga. This corny Grecian kissing on the hardest niggas in the rap game. All right, or there's a nigga getting shot. Now let's say the nigga really didn't get shot. Let's just say it was a stage and that was part of the Illuminati ritual to kill his image. Well, that's exactly what they fucking did. They killed his street nigga image. The gods of Egypt once again are being visited because you can't worship Meek Mills and the Most High. It don't work like that. You might listen to a nigga lyrics, like, yeah, he go hard. You know, we all grew up in rap culture, but you can't have 2 messiahs hovering over in your mind. When I was young, I used to kind of be like, when I was 14, 15, I'd be like, man, how would T.I. handle this situation? Like, how would a real nigga handle this situation? Because I didn't have that leadership, that male leadership. But now we have Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Now we have the apostles and their experiences, man. You know? Same thing with females. The scriptures in Timothy's, it says the aged women teach the young women. But who's teaching the young women now? Cardi B, Glorilla. Have you ever observed a so-called black woman listening to a rap woman, a thrapper, a thought rapper? She's internalizing that shit. She's internalizing that shit, man. You know? Glorilla said, I got 9, 10 niggas, man. A lot of Eve in these urban cities, they think like that. And that's why the STD rate is high as fuck in most urban cities, especially Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee. Like these cities where ain't shit popping. Like there's no a lot of activities for the youth. They just fucking. Ultimately it's a liberal city. It's a liberal city, so you can fuck make babies and the government support you. Instead of self-control, is birth control. And that's what I have been pushing lately. Like, all because you single. Single in America means you get the fuck now. Single in America means, well, I get to fuck strangers now. You know? Even as a man, I speak as a man, bro. And we all men, we all got our needs or your body's impulses. You know, it's not good to just, you know, hit different holes and you ain't wearing rubbers. You know, even if you are wearing rubbers, like sometimes you just gotta know when to put a cap on it, man. You might say, well, she a harlot and all this. Like sometimes, you know, if you find yourself being addicted to shit like that, bro, you still gotta fall back, man. Because me personally, I don't like the thought of like an Americanized Israelite. Like, you see, the East was really about modesty. I mean, moderation, you know? It is in my own experience as a man, it's like, nah, you gotta sit down. All because it's not a sin or another brother ain't telling you to sit down. Bro, you gotta know when to sit down, you know? And that's for anything, food, liquor, women. All because certain things might not be a sin as a king. A king gotta know what's right for him and what's not right for him. It ain't about what another brother telling. It's not another brother validating what you're doing is wrong or right outside of the laws. It's more like what's most beneficial for you in the spirit. All right. You see, but I interpret what's going on with these rappers. What's old girl name? Sexy Red. She said she had chlamydia how many times? Gonorrhea how many times? You know, that's the reality of being a little fertility goddess, man. Because really, they're just little fertility. We don't know who the father of her child is. The girl just had a child, to my knowledge. You see? And they got these little exaggerated body parts. They getting BBLs. And personally, I don't think it's attractive. Just this big ass. This is obviously in this disproportion with your body. Like, how do you think it's gonna look when you 50, 60 years old? If the Most High wanted you to alter your body, he would have it on trees. It'll grow from trees. Like, oh, these are ass berries, and you could just add it to your behind, man. You know, if I eat these, my ass will get bigger. Like, no, that's the changing of kind too, altering your body and altering your flesh. You see? You know? Oh, let me pull up to this gate. But that's the changing of kind too. But you're gonna find out, and what we're finding out is that these are images, these are idols in America. There's really, and what a lot of our people are doing is idol worshiping. All right, and they didn't come by chance. Esau, he designed these archetypes. He wrote their storyline. I have reason to believe he wrote their storyline. Every nigga says the same shit. His whole mindset is basically being a consumer and a destroyer of his people. You are an American materialistic consumer, and every product that you advertise is your enemy's product, the so-called white man's product, be it his clothes, his cars, all right? But also, your mindset is a destroyer of your people. Every nigga say the same thing. I fucked your girl. Like this nigga Meek Mills was like, he said, I'm talking to a NBA nigga bitch, but I ain't gonna say nothing or something like that. And it reminds me of what the brother was telling me. She was like, in the NBA is just wide open right now. Like everybody talking to everybody, girl, and all this weird shit. Like you're a rich lowlife, man. And that's even if you're rich. It's 4 billion women on this planet. You got some called access as a rich man. You could go to Panama and get a woman that nobody ever had. You could go to Brazil, you could go to Thailand, you could go to parts of Africa and get a woman that nobody ever had. But you little cock-holding nigga, you cuck-holding nigga, you want another woman that clearly another man is dealing with. You swapping spit, all right? You swapping spit, all right, with a woman that another man is putting his thing in, all right? He swapping spit with her, now you swapping spit. Like, you niggas really nasty, man. That makes sense, you know? So, you're gonna, like, these little enchantments that people have on them, Like, it's not gonna be a such thing as a baddie in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. She's just gonna be doing bad. She's gonna be doing very badly, man. She's gonna be doing bad, man. All right, niggas is gonna a nigga in Jacob's trouble is gonna be bullet food, man. He's just gonna be bullet food, man. All right, but the Most High gave every type of person, every idol, a chance in Babylon. So if you're a wicked nigga, you most likely was popular in school or in your streets. If you was a little adulterous, little cunt, little evil little bitch, all right, you most likely was popular, all right? Even little females that was like good girls in high school or whatever, they go to college and start wilding out, or they'll get on social media and realize, like, no, why be faithful to one man when, like, niggas kind of worship me because I'm pretty? You know, I've seen it happen. But really, she made herself into an idol, man. Because that's what they did in the ancient world, man. They took regular people, like the story of Isis and Semiramis and Tammuz. They took their relatives and made them idols, made legends out of them, you see? But with that, you know, I'm going to bring this to an ending. Hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua, Bashor Kakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Rule Well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Kwame Shalom.